Alright, thank you guys so much for tuning into today's video. Today is April 10th, 2025, and to begin today's video, I'm just gonna play a game of chess here. Yeah, as you guys could see, I was just fixing up the charts a little bit, prepping to really explain to you guys what I do believe could be a major turning point for today. Yeah, bye bye. Alright. Let's see here. Yeah? Yeah. Okay. Yeah, bye man. He's trying to get this mate here. Right here. getting a pawn here. Give him a check. Well played, well played, well played. Okay. I go here. I go here, big man. I go here. And he could push up here, actually. Okay. No, I think that's where I think this is where he messes up. Because now he's forced to take. Yep, and I'll give him a check again. Yeah. Check again. I will go here. Oh, I can't go there. Oh my god. Go here. Here. I'll just take this. Oh no, wait, why did I? Oh, dude, that's GG's. I'm up pawns, but bro, that's, oh my gosh, that's reps. Why did I not move my freaking pawn, bro? Oh, that sucks. That's gonna suck. Oh my goodness. Man, that's gotta hurt. That is gotta hurt. I'm trolling here. Oh my gosh. Wow. Wow. What in amazement park. Wow. I messed up that game. A crazy game. Oh man. All right. Well, let's go to the charts here for coming into today. All right. So I'm gonna replay just a little bit to show you guys where we ended off at from yesterday. So this is yesterday's candle right here. And let's see let's see what you guys are assuming with the way that we close here on this candle. Well, this daily candle, right? It's bullish. It's a relatively bullish candle. It's suggesting that we're most likely going to continue higher. The bare minimum objective coming into today specifically would be this candle's high. Would be I want to see prices take out this daily high here, right? And this daily high for me, I want to see, on the lower time frames, prices, open up, manipulate lower, and expand higher towards the daily draw of liquidity. That's my objective coming into today. I want to see prices expand towards the daily high. It's the easiest assumption to make, right? It's with the way that we closed, it's efficient for prices to take out the daily high. And so here coming into this morning, as you guys may saw, we have yet to take out the daily high. So I really am anticipating prices to respect these inefficiencies. So like this 4-hour fair value gap, this 6-hour fair value gap, this 8-hour fair value gap, and 10-hour fair value gap. But yeah, like I really do want to see us respect these inefficiencies here on the 4-hour time frame, all the way through to the 10-hour time frame. The fair value gaps, these BISIs, buy side imbalance, sell side inefficiency, should be respected if we are going to trade in accordance with the daily time frame. So but yeah, I mean, pretty easy bias coming into today. I want to see us expand higher towards the daily high. And for us to do that, we should respect this fair value gaps here on the lower time frames. There is, however, some there's an SMT divergence between NQ and ES. So there is a swing high here on NQ that we did not take out on ES. So ES, this is the ES chart, the left chart here. And we did not take out the swing high. So there's an SMT. An SMT indicates where there has been manipulation in the markets, where there has been some sort of involvement of manipulation. But yeah, that's like, I guess, the only downside, or like one of the only drawbacks here. But like I said, we really should expand towards the daily high if we are going to follow the daily draw of liquidity. So let's take a look at 2-day time frame, 3-day time frame. 3-day time frame is about to close pretty soon. But yeah, so coming into this morning, I really want to see where we close on the 8-hour chart and the 4-hour chart here. So notice how that daily time frame is suggesting lower prices. The only thing that's holding me back from taking a trade here right now is, are we going to respect the daily time frame on the lower time frames? So I'm waiting for an alignment. I'm waiting for alignment between the 4-hour time frame, the 8-hour time frame, to be aligned with the daily time frame. So if this 4-hour candle and this 8-hour candle closes bearishly, then that means it's not aligned with the daily time frame, and that if it closes bearishly, we could probably anticipate a continuation lower and possibly to take out the 8-hour low / 4-hour low. So even though we are technically in bullish conditions on the daily time frame, if the lower time frames are suggesting an opposite, draw of liquidity where there's misalignment, then you could essentially take a short, but you have to understand that it's only minor. It's not like it's always going to be subject to the daily time frame, unless there's going to be some sort of unless it like breaks, I guess, unless there really is a shift in market structure, that I would say then the narrative would be kind of changed on the daily time frame. But yeah, coming into today, like I said, I want to see higher prices. However, prices on the 4-hour time frame and 8-hour time frame isn't suggesting that idea yet. About 4 minutes left until the closure of the 4-hour candle. Just going to be really patient here. Not really going to try to force anything. We did have CPI today. But the one thing about CPI, or I guess this CPI, is that we've moved 500 points. But if you guys saw the surge up higher today, or not today, but yesterday, let's take a look at how much points we moved. We moved a total of 2,656 points in one day. Like, that's not normal. That's, I have, in my time of trading, I've never really seen such volatility, like how volatile prices could be. And this is just like really, really like fast and large movements, right? Typically, maybe like a year ago, prices would range from maybe like 50 to 200 points per day. But in a span of one day, not even one day actually, like majority of it was in 8 hours. We spanned 2,200 points. That's actually insane to me, the amount of points that we're able to move in such a short amount of time. But yeah, so enough with the rant about how large prices have been moving. Let's go back to, I want to take a look at I want to be on the 1 hour time frame here. But yeah, we're about to close here on the 4-hour candle and the 8-hour candle in about 2 minutes or so. Depending on how we close on those two candles, on those two time frames, will give me the morning objective. And like I said, even though the daily time frame is suggesting higher prices, right? The intraday time frames, the 4-hour, the 6-hour, the 8-hour, the 10-hour, isn't exactly suggesting higher prices just yet, right? Notice how all of these candles so far has either been a indecisive candle or has been a rather bearish candle, right? So 1 minute 30 seconds left. Going to close here on the 4-hour time frame, and it appears that we're most likely going to take out the 4-hour low, which would be the morning objective. But I'm just waiting for that bullish closure on one of these intraday time frames for me to align myself with the daily bullish order flow. All right, 53 seconds. Uh, 24 seconds, and yeah, the draw of liquidity is most likely going to be this low here, that green line. That green line to me would be the draw of liquidity coming into the morning session. 10 seconds left. And yeah, once we take out this green line, I would pretty much be nimble. There's the open, and let's see what we do. So we actually did take out the 4-hour low. It was you can't really notice it, but you have to zoom in just a little bit. There you guys can see that we did take out the 4-hour low, which was the draw of liquidity coming into the morning session. So now, like I said, I don't have any higher time frame objectives anymore, right? Specifically on the 4-hour time frame and the 8-hour time frame. We do, however, close on the 6-hour candle in about 2 hours or so. So depending on how we close on that candle will give me another like intraday bias. But as of right now, I'm not going to force anything. I'm just going to let prices do its thing. And if the intraday time frames continue to provide bearish pressure, then I'm not going to force a bullish setup based on the daily time frame. And now I guess I'll go into my trading journal and go over some of the pros and cons here with you guys. All right, so Alright, so some pros and cons here for the week of, wait, it's not week of March 17th. Oops, that is completely wrong. I do believe we started this week on the 7th. Was it the 7th? Yeah, 7th. So it was March 31st to March to April. So March 1st to April 4th. Alright, so coming into this week, what I should continue to do is to take consistent trades. How am I going to take consistent trades, right? Is really pretty much what you guys are here for. So how I'm able to take consistent trades is that I require every single one of my trades to have a higher time frame objective, a model, and a entry pattern. With those three components and me requiring every single one of those components in every single one of my trades, that allows me to be consistent and have a very systematic approach, right? It's easy to really just enforce that level of it's easy to say, but it's very you know, there's going to be times where the market moves 2,000 points, like such as yesterday. You might have, FOMO, but for you to really be a profitable trader, you have to be consistent with the way that you execute your strategy. And my strategy requires these three components every single time I trade: a higher time frame objective, a model, and an entry pattern. Second, understanding SMT, utilizing SMT. It prevents any unnecessary losses that you may take, right? Because SMT, if you understand the importance of SMT, and you know that if there's a presence of SMT in the markets, that means there is a possible reversal. So you want to associate a presence of SMT with a possible reversal, and a lack of SMT is associated with continuation in that specific direction, right? So SMT, utilize it, understand it. Third, understanding that every single time frame is fractal. So coming into today, like I showed you guys how I was bullish on the daily time frame, and with the concepts of power of three, with the way that we closed on the daily time frame, suggesting lower prices. But because of my understanding that prices is fractal, and that every single candle and time frame has an objective, I was able to really stay nimble and have a better understanding of prices, what prices wants to do at this specific moment, right? And fourth, just being extremely patient, not forcing trades to happen, even though there's been such large volatile moves recently, right? I think the most important thing to really hone and like focus coming into these markets today is understanding and really accepting the fact that you're not going to be able to be in every single one of these market moves, right? Your strategy, it just, unless you have a very, very, very simple and just like one criteria strategy, you're probably not going to be involved with some of these movements, these large range movements here. And you have to just accept that, right? You don't let FOMO take over, and don't let it control your decisions, right, in the markets. So those are the four things that I should continue to do. And I guess two things that I could work on coming into this week is really, really accepting the fact that I can't control the outcome. In trading, I can't control whether prices will, expand higher or lower. If I had a button that does that, I surely wouldn't be telling you guys that. And yeah, I can't control the outcome of the trade, and I shouldn't spend so much energy worrying about the fact if it's going to be and it should be a winner or not. I don't have control over that. I have to let prices do its thing and simply execute the strategy that is in front of me, right? And second, just paying really close attention to detail. I feel like these two things are things that could be applied to the real life world. It's not just trading that that you should be paying close attention to detail. It is not just trading that you should accept the outcome of some of your decisions and actions, right? The outcome is simply the byproduct of who you are and how you execute and do things. And I guess you have indirect control over it, right? But yeah, some improvements here. Just a really consolidated slide of some of the things that I could work on coming into this week, or I guess, yeah, is to take consistent trades. This has been like the number one rule of mine for the past couple of months, is just to take consistent trades. Consistency. That's the main goal for me in general, right? Is to be consistent. I should be consistent in everything that I do. Trading, the way that I speak, the way that I carry myself, the way that I do things. I have to be consistent with what I do. Learning, showing up every single day, and advocating for myself. Just be consistent. Second, being patient. Accept the fact that you can't control the markets and that you are not going to be in every single one of these price movements. Accept that fact, and yeah, that's just how you're going to be patient. And focus. I think one thing that I really could work on coming into this week is focus. There are times where, you know, not I may not necessarily be channeling all of the energy that I have into getting better as a human and getting better as a student, and I really should just really channel in that level of discipline, energy, and focus. And yeah, I mean, that's gonna be all for the pros and cons. Going back to the charts, let's take a look at the 50-minute. Nothing. No, nothing much going on so far. Not really anticipating much. Let's take a look at the dollar here. So we are continuing to sell off here on the dollar, which is interesting, right? Because if the dollar is continuing lower, we really should be expanding higher here on the indices. However, that doesn't seem to be the case, which is kind of interesting, right? I really did want to see us continue lower here, or continue higher here on the indices, on NQ and ES, but that may not be the case. Alright guys, well that's gonna wrap it up for today's live stream. I really do appreciate you guys coming out and supporting the channel. And until next time, I hope you guys have a fantastic day and be safe.